Welcome to this GiftWorks video. In this video, I want to show you how you can process recurring donations right inside of GiftWorks. This is a feature that we've included with the release of GiftWorks 2015. In versions prior to GiftWorks 2015, you were able to set up recurring donation profiles for your donors, and that was used to be able to indicate which donors were giving to you on a monthly or quarterly or annual basis, and then you were able to do reporting based off that. But none of those actually processed the donation. They never processed a credit card on a monthly basis or a quarterly or an annual basis. But with the release of GiftWorks 2015, we've now included this capability, and I'd like to show you how it works. And just to make sure everyone's up to speed on recurring profiles, let me just go and show you a recurring profile inside of GiftWorks, and then I'm going to talk specifically about how we've enhanced this recurring profile capability in GiftWorks 2015. So let's go and let me double click on Sue, and I'm going to go down to her Donations tab, and I'm going to click on this sub-tab called Recurring Profiles. And when I do that, I see that Sue has a monthly gift setup. That's the name of it, and the frequency is monthly. The amount is $50. It's anticipated that she's going to give by credit card, and it started on September 15th with no end date specifically. So what we see with this is that there's a definition here of how Sue is going to be giving to my organization. And that's great. I can do a reporting and analysis based on the frequency people are giving, so I can show me who are all my monthly givers, and I can see how much they're giving. I can look at annualized amounts, and I can understand that information from a reporting perspective. But up until GiftWorks 2015, you weren't able to do anything with this profile other than do reporting and analysis. But what we know people want to be able to do is actually turn this definition of a recurring gift into an actual donation in GiftWorks, so that every month, in this case, Sue's $50 gift will be turned into a donation inside of GiftWorks in a very seamless, very easy way, without having to go and manually enter Sue's $50 gift every month. So we've created some tools inside of GiftWorks 2015 to be able to do that. In addition to that, we've also built in the ability, if this is a credit card, in this case it is, with a credit card, we've also given you the ability to process that credit card as you're working with your recurring profile. So on a monthly basis, you can actually process Sue's $50 donation through her credit card in a sort of automated way. So let me show you how some of that works. But first, let me introduce you, for those of you who want to be able to do credit card processing as part of your recurring profiles, I want to just go and show you something you'll need to set up. Let me go over to the settings area to set that up, or to show you how to set that up. Click on settings, and we're going to come down to tools, updates, and integration. Now, the two different connections, or the two different services that we work with as part of the FrontStream platforms are the First Giving platform and also Fast Transact, or for FrontStream's payment platform. And so you'll have to choose one of these, and you can certainly contact our sales team to better understand which one may serve you better. But just for the purpose of this video, I'm going to just turn on the First Giving integration. It's real simple, just a couple minutes setup, actually a couple seconds setup. Let me show it to you. Let me click on First Giving integration. I'm going to search for my charity name. In this case, I'll just search for, we have a testing account in here. I'll just click on this testing account. You'll need to agree to some terms and conditions, click Accept Agreement, and then I have some basics set up in place. And so this is my organization name, and I've just done that. Just that little simple setup will allow me to begin to store credit card information and then process those on a recurring or on a frequent basis, maybe monthly, quarterly, etc. So let's go and begin to work with some recurring profiles. So let's go back to our donors. We saw Sue's $50 monthly gift. Let's go back to that under recurring profiles again, and we're going to edit this. And we're going to change it from just a credit card to a First Giving credit card. Part of that First Giving integration that GiftWorks connects with, it's going to set up a First Giving credit card option for you. And what this means is that every month, GiftWorks can process a $50 gift through our First Giving platform. What I need to do, though, is add a credit card to this recurring profile. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Add Credit Card. I'm going to see a page come up. Now, mine might come up a little slow. I'm working on sort of a test platform just for the purpose of this video. So it might be a little bit slow, but I'm going to go and choose the credit card. In this case, I'll just choose a Visa. I'm going to put a credit card number in and put my expiration date and the security code, verify the rest of the information, and then I'm ready to hit Save Credit Card. Once I do that, now what GiftWorks is doing is GiftWorks is taking this credit card information and securely storing this, not on GiftWorks, but on our First Giving platform, and it's going to be available for this recurring profile to charge every month. Now, just for those of you who are perhaps interested or curious, FrontStream is a PCI Level 1 certified vendor, and so all this information is highly secure according to all the PCI, the compliance rules that are necessary to do this. And so all this information is safe and secure. So you will see now that I've added this, you'll see that it was a Visa with the last 4 digits of the credit card this and the expiration date right here. And so this information is now available so that when we want to, we can go ahead and process this on a monthly basis for the $50 against this credit card. It's that simple. So I'm going to click and save. Now we'll see that I have the profile updated, First Giving credit card, and I'm ready to work with that. But let's go and add another recurring profile. I'm going to go back to donors, and I'm going to see Bill, and I'm going to go ahead and double click on Bill, and I'm going to go to his donations tab. He has no donations currently, and he has no recurring profile. So let's go ahead and add one. Now I'm just going to add I'll add another monthly. I'm just going to call this, you can title this whatever you want. You can say this is his, let's say building pledge gifts. And he's going to do it. We'll say this one's monthly. You see all these options that you have for the frequency of when you want to give, but just to make it simple, I'll do a monthly gift and I'll do $100. But in this case, and I'm going to start it around the same time, instead of picking a credit card, I'm just going to pick, I'll just keep it cash because I want you to see how these profiles can work even if you're not using a credit card. I could choose the rest of the information, fund, campaign, appeal, etc., but I'll just leave that blank. And now I see that I've added a recurring profile for Bill here, $100 cash every month. And that's great. So I've set up my recurring profile for Bill, and I have my recurring profile that's actually against the credit card for Sue. Now, Sue had previous, I just want to keep this in mind so we don't get confused. Sue had a $100 gift and a pledge here, so we know that already existed. So when we go to process our recurring, we're going to see a new $50 donation added to Sue's profile, or to Sue's list of donations. And then we also had Bill, who we set up a $100 monthly gift as well, but in cash. And so we're expecting him, let's say, just to hand us an envelope with the cash, or maybe he's doing it through an offering, or he's doing it through some giving method that's not a credit card. So let's go check out how now we process these recurring profiles in a sort of an automatic way. And to do that, we're going to head over to the settings area, click on settings at the top, and we're going to go down to tools, updates, and integration. Tools, updates, and integration. This is the same place that we set up our First Giving integration. But if you scroll down, you're going to see a new option that says process recurring donation profiles. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And what we're going to see is we're going to see any recurring profiles that need to be processed. Now, GiftWorks will keep track of which recurring profiles need to be processed. There's a number of things that GiftWorks does to know when it needs to process the credit card or process the transaction. So if we process these today, GiftWorks is going to know that the next time it needs to run is next month. So next month as you run this, and this is a process going into this process recurring profiles capability, this page right here. You're going to have to go to this on a regular basis. Now, you are going to be reminded about this. Let me go over to our home page real quick and we'll come back. You'll notice if I scroll down, it says under our reminders, it says, here's one of the reminders that says you have 2 recurring donation profiles that have a payment that is due. So you are going to be reminded to be processing this on a regular basis. And I can use this link right here to take us right back to where we were. So GiftWorks is showing me that I have 2 to process. Now keep in mind, I have one that's cash and one that's a credit card. So I can check the ones that I want to process right now. When I say process, what I mean is for this cash recurring profile, it's going to actually create a $100 donation for Bill. And for Sue, it's going to it will create the $50 donation, but it's also going to process the credit card as it's doing it. So actually process the credit card through the credit card systems and ensure that information, that donation is created in GiftWorks, and also that the money is actually processed. The credit card transaction is processed. There are some options down here. So for some reason, if you wanted to turn off credit card processing, like you didn't want to actually process the credit card, you could turn that off. GiftWorks also will, if any of these dollar figures match a donor that has an existing pledge. So if Sue had a pledge with a $50 payment, it would match it up to that pledge. So for those of you who are going to be processing perhaps pledge payments that are set up as recurring profiles, you can match to existing pledges, so you don't have to. It can sort of make your pledge management a whole lot easier. You can attribute or set the donation date of these donations to a specific date if you wanted to. And then there's some filtering options if you wanted to filter the list of recurring profiles that you were seeing. So if you had a whole lot, perhaps you had 100 and you wanted to just, maybe just view your monthly ones, you could do that as well. And you could also show me just you could do it based on title, frequency, or payment type. Well, in this case, let's just go through and actually let's just do one at a time. It'll be a little bit easier to kind of show you what's going on. So let's just process Bill's recurring profile. Remember, his is a $100 cash gift, so the assumption is perhaps he walked through the door and handed me his $100. And now I'm ready to go ahead and process this. I'm going to go ahead and process this. And you sure you want to create donations for the selected recurring profiles? Yes, I do. And now at the end, you'll see this information. Under this information column, it just says process. So let's go and view Bill. If I go back to here and I'll see Bill, I'm going to double click here. I'm going to go down to donations. We now see that under donation details, we see that we have a $100 gift from Bill that was dated on 9/15. And that turned his recurring profile into an actual donation. Now, if we go back to, let's go back to our home page. We can start with our reminder again. It says you have 1 instead of 2. Now I just have 1 left. I'm going to go ahead and process that. We'll see that Sue remains. So Bill's we've processed, and a donation's been added. Now we need to run Sue's, and Sue's is going to do 2 things. It's going to process our credit card, and it's going to add a donation to GiftWorks. So let's go ahead and check that, and we'll click on Process Recurring Profiles. Sure you want to create donations? Yes. It's going to go through, and now it's processing the credit card, and it's going to add the donation for Sue. So let's wait for this to be done. It's a little slow here just because it's, like I said, working on my test. Go to the right. Once I see under the information column it's been processed, I know that it's run the credit card transaction and it has added the donation for Sue. So let's go over to Sue and make sure that that happens. So let's click on donors at the top, double click on Sue. I'm going to go down to donations, and under donation details, I'll see that a $50 gift has been added for Sue based on her recurring profile. So that's great. We see not only did Bill's $100 donation of cash get processed on a recurring basis, then we also see Sue's, and Sue's included a credit card transaction. So we hope this new feature inside of GiftWorks 2015 allows you to do even more with recurring profiles, and that it allows you to store all your recurring gifts, that is your people who are given to you on a monthly basis or a quarterly or an annual basis. We hope that not only you're able to store and do continued reporting off of that information, but you're also able to now get donations in perhaps a more timely fashion, or make your data entry easier. You're not having to actually manually turn recurring donations or recurring donation profiles into actual donations. So we hope that makes you even more efficient and more effective at doing the fundraising that you need to do, all while trying to accomplish your mission. So thanks for watching.